Mapo curry noodles from the anime Food Wars. First, we're going to start off with the curry sauce. In a saucepan, we're going to melt some butter, then add in our cumin and curry powder. We're going to cook this for about a minute to help the spices release all its oils. Then we're going to add in some all-purpose flour to make a roux. We're going to cook this off for about 2 minutes, then slowly add in our whipping cream to make the sauce. Once the whipping cream is all incorporated, we're going to add in some chicken stock to thin down the sauce. We're going to season it with some salt, then cook it off for another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I took it off the heat and added a tablespoon of gelatin. Once the sauce is done, we're going to put it in the mold and put it in the freezer for about an hour. Now let's make our lion's head meatball. In this bowl I have half lean pork and half regular pork. We're going to season it generously with salt, white pepper, Chinese 5-spice, Shaoxing wine, soy sauce, sesame oil, and 2 eggs. Then we're going to mix it all up. We're going to slam the meat on the side of the bowl to develop springiness to the meat. This technique is called da in Chinese cooking. Once it's all done mixing, we're going to put saran wrap on it and put it in the fridge. Now let's start prepping for the Mapo tofu. First, we're going to break down these Szechuan peppercorns. Then we're going to cut these soft tofu into 1-inch dice. We're going to cut some green onions and garlic, then start cooking our Mapo tofu. In a hot pan, we're going to throw in some ground pork that we use for the meatball and cook it on high heat for 5 minutes. Once the meat's all broken down, we're going to season it with some Sichuan peppercorns and chili powder. We're going to add in some garlic and cook it off for another 2 minutes. Then we're going to add some black bean paste and chili bean paste. Once it's all thoroughly cooked, we're going to add some chicken stock. We're going to bring this up to a boil, then add our cornstarch slurry. Once our sauce thickens, we're going to add in the bottom part of the green onions and the soft tofu. And this is our Mapo tofu. Now we're going to take the curry out of the mold and stuff it into our meatball. A lion's head meatball is traditionally quite big, so we're going to put 3 cubes of curry for every meatball. Once the curry is all stuffed in, we're going to wrap it in saran wrap, twist the end, and make it form a ball. We're then going to put it back in the freezer so that it'll hold its shape. First, we're going to heat up our oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the meatballs have hardened, we're going to roll it in cornstarch and deep fry it. We're going to deep fry this for about 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, we're going to take our meatballs out and put it in a solution of chicken stock and soy sauce. We're going to lightly simmer this meatball for about 45 minutes. Now we're going to cook some fresh ramen noodles that I brought from the store. After the noodles are done cooking, we're going to season it with some homemade chili oil. Now we can plate up. cut into this. I know you guys have seen this in the preview multiple times, but doesn't that look beautiful or what? Here's reality, and here's anime. That's pretty close if you ask me. Alright, now let's try it out. Okay, that tasted better than I expected. Eating this with noodles instead of rice is quite different. The sauce coats the noodles so well, it gives you a flavor explosion. The meatball is firm and juicy, and the curry really does complement the Mapo tofu. One thing I really want to say is that as the dish progresses and the curry gets mixed in with the Mapo tofu, it really does become a completely different dish. And I guess that's why it's called time-fused Mapo curry noodles. Anyways, if you guys like what you see, hit the like button. And if you guys have any suggestions on what I should cook next, please post in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe.